Good morning students, welcome back to information technology. Basic of information technology, the lesson first. In this lectures you are going to learn few Linux commands. The last lectures we have seen that how to install Ubuntu operating system on your host operating system, that is Windows operating systems. So without uninstalling Windows operating systems we have learned how to install Ubuntu. So in these lectures we are going to learn few Linux commands. The first Linux command is ls command. It is used to display the list of directory in the current one. So it is used to print the list of directory in current one. Second command is pwd command, means print working directory. So it is used to print the path to the current directory. Let's see how to use these commands one by one. So that you have to start first Ubuntu operating systems. Once you start, then go to the search box and type terminal. So the terminal will open here. In this terminal you are going to type the first command, that is ls command. So ls command is used to display the list of a directory in your operating system. So once you press the ls enter key, this command will display all the directory. In Windows it is called as the folder, but in DOS prompt it is called directory. So here ABC directory is there, desktop is there, video is there, document is there, public. These all blue colors text shows the directory and white color text shows the files. These are all files are there. So to see the directory list you have to use the ls command in Linux. Okay, the next command we have learned, that is pwd. The pwd command is used to display the path of a current working directory. So print working directory you are going to use the pwd command. So pwd command, pwd type and press enter key, so you will get a current working directory. So here current working directory is there my name Dominic, and before that home directory that is called home. So home and Dominic, this is the current working directory. So root directory is denoted by using the forward slash. So next directory or command is who am I. So who am I command is used to print the name of the current user on terminal. It is used to print the name of the current user on terminal. So you are going to find out the current username, then you have to just type who am I command and press enter key. You will get the name of the user who is registered on Ubuntu operating system. That username will be displayed. So that is called who am I. It will print the name of the current user on terminal. The next command is lscpu. Short description is list cpu, and it is used to print information about your CPU on terminal. So let's see lscpu and press enter key. You will get the information about your CPU. So CPU's information is printed in the terminal. Okay, so here model name Intel R Core trademark i3 processor it is. So i3 processor, and it display other information. So all this information regarding to the central processing unit is displayed over here. So you want to clear these informations, so clear command you can use. So clear, press enter key. Next command is touch. So touch command is used to create a new file in Linux. Touch command is used to create a new file in Linux. So how to use this command? Just type touch, touch, and name of the file, which file you are going to create, that file name. For example, I am going to create a file school.txt school.txt file I'm going to create. So I use the touch school.txt. This is the name of a file. Now press enter key. Now you can see this file is already created. So you want to see the file is created. Now go to the home directory and double click on it and check it here. You'll get a school.txt file is created now. So this file I have created through the terminal. Okay, so that is the use of touch command. Next command is cd to change the directory. Suppose you want to change the directory from root directory to the another directory, then you can use the change directory command. It change the control, or control goes to a different directory by using this cd command. So I'm going to change now directory. The cd command is used to change the directory, but before that you have to go enter in your directory. Now I'm going to enter in the directory. First check how many directory are there. Now see, I'm going to open the desktop directory. So cd desktop. While writing the name of the directory, write as it is, which is shown in the directory list. So cd desktop and press enter key. Now see, I enter in the desktop directory. So cd command is used to change the directory. Any directory in your operating system you can go by using the cd command. So you want to come out, again cd command you can use. Next command is the nano command. So nano command is used to create a text file. It is also used, nano is a text editor. You can create any text file by using this command. So type here nano and the name of the file, which file you are going to create. Suppose I'm going to create a lmn.txt file and press enter key. So you will see the nano text editor created a lmn.txt file. In this text editor you can type and you can save the content. So here are the different controls are given. Control plus G, get help. Once you press Control and G, it will display the help. You want to go back, Control X, then Control O, write out. Control W, where is. Control K, cut text. You want to cut this text, Control K you can press, so the text will go. Again you want back, Control U you can press, the text will come back. So Control U, uncut text. Justify to check the spelling, Control T. And you want to come out, you can press this Control Z, you will come out from this nano.element text file. Okay, that is the use of nano text editor to create a file. Next command is cat command, means concatenate command. Concatenate command is used to print the content of the file listed on the screen. It is used to print the content of the file listed on the screen. So let's see cat command and which file content you are going to print, that file name you have to give. Now look here, in the home directory there are so many files are there, but which file contents are there? Let's see, in ABC file there are the contents. See, there are the content SFS, these contents are there. You are going to print this content on the screen, then you can use that file name abc.txt and press enter key. See, once you press the enter key, this command printed the content of a file. Okay, so that is the use of cat command. Next command is clear command. To clear the content on the terminal you can use the clear command. So clear command will clear everything on the terminal. Okay, so these are the few commands are there which we use regularly. In Windows you can easily create a directory. Suppose you are going to create a folder, you can right click over here and click on new folder and you can create a new folder over here. But through the terminal you want to create any directory, then you can use ls command and go to the desktop, cd desktop, press enter key, you will enter in the desktop folder. Now suppose you are going to create any other directory, you can use make dir command and name of the directory, for example abc, and press enter key. So you have created a new directory on the desktop. Look here, abc directory created by using the make directory command. So that is the use of make directory command in terminal. So you can easily create any folder or directory on the desktop by using the terminal. So my dear student, Linux is the topmost directory. It's called the root directory, and it is written as forward slash. All directories are stored under the root directory. For example, if the user is abc, the home directory will be created at /home/abc. So everything in Linux is represented as a file, and this includes camera, storage devices, microphone, network devices, etc. So let's see few more directories and what are their use, what information they store in the Linux operating system. The next directory we are going to learn, that is called /bin. Essential system programs are stored under this directory. /bins, essential system programs are stored under this directory. So let's see how we can go in bin directory. So you have to use cd, then /bin, forward slash you are going to use, and press enter key. You will enter directly to the bin directory. If you want to see the information from the bin directory, use ls command. So ls command will display the information from the particular directory. As I told you, it shows system programs store in it. Okay, that is the use of the /bin directory. To come out from this directory, press cd, type cd command and press enter key. Next command is /dev. Dev directory, it shows all connected devices store under the Linux operating system. You want to see, then you can use /dev directory, including internal devices, temperature sensor and batteries. So how to use this? Again you have to use cd /dev and press enter key. So you will enter into the dev directory and then use the ls command. So once you use the ls command, you will get here information, that is internal devices, temperature sensor and batteries. These all informations are shown over here. Okay, that is the use of this dev directory. Next directory we are going to see root directory, that is /etc. So you have to come out from this and then you can use cd /etc. Look at here, which we are going to say root directory etc. System configuration files are stored here. System configurations files are stored here under the /etc folder. So let's see what are the system files are there. Press, these are the system files are there in this directory. All are the system files. If any one file missed from this, your computer will not work. So this is all system files are stored in under the /etc root directory. Next directory we are going to learn, that is /proc, means proc. So it will display the information about the process, the information like how much RAM is free or how fast the CPU are running. So this directory will display the informations how much RAM is free or how fast the CPU are running. You want to see these informations, again use cd /proc and press enter key. You will enter into the proc directory and then use the ls command. Once you use the ls command, you will get this information regarding the RAM, how much RAM is free or how fast the CPUs are running. Okay, so that information you want to see, then you can use the /proc directory. The next directory we are going to learn, that is /tmp, temporary files are stored under this directory. So again cd /tmp, press enter key and use the ls command. So you will get this information. So this information, temporary files are stored under this root directory. And the last one we are going to learn, that is home directory. Suppose you want to see the home directory, then you have to use cd /home and press enter key. You will enter to the home directory and use the ls command. So in the home directory there is one more directory, that is user account. The person who created his account on the Ubuntu operating system, that username will be displayed. So these are the different root directories. So all files and directories are stored under this directory, including all hard drive, pen drive, C drive, etc. Now why to learn Linux, or why learn and use Linux? So there are huge number of benefits of learning Linux, because Linux is free and open source software and will be used in the workplace. Millions of desktop and server runs on Linux. Million of desktop and server run on Linux. The Android operating system, that the smartphone, runs on Linux operating systems. Now this day you are using the smartphone Android, which run on Linux operating system. That's why we can modify this Linux or the GNU. We can modify these operating systems because it is given us free to use, free to distribute, and free to modify. So first advantage of this Linux operating system is it is free and open source. It is free and open source means free of charge, but also means freedom. Anyone is free to use this software, distribute them freely, and even study and modify the source code to suit one's own need. Means you can modify the code of this operating system according to your use. Okay, so that is the use of free and open source software Linux, and it is a most of the people, millions of people are using these operating systems. Next benefit of this operating system is Linux operating system is free from virus. The virus does not enter in this operating system, but in Windows virus install, there you have to install the antivirus software. The user need not install any antivirus software, and this saves money. In Windows you have to purchase the antivirus software, you have to install, otherwise the virus definitely will go in Windows operating system. So this saves money as well as valuable time. The user are free from the trouble of updating the virus definition and checking unknown USB disks, that is plug in. So moreover, antivirus software is not 100% reliable. The user always run this risk of losing the data if the computer is infected due to the failure of antivirus software. Next, easy to keep all the software up to date. In Linux you can keep all the software up to date. In the proprietary operating system can update themselves, means Windows and all, but they cannot update other software, and especially proprietary software the user has to keep track of each application on his own, and Linux distributions mostly used for software, so it keeps track of all the software through repository. Through the repository is a collections of software for a Linux distribution on the server, and the package manager update the operating system as well as other software periodically. The next benefit of Linux is flexible and easily customizable. Means the user can change the desktop. See, user can change the desktop, the positions of the menu, status bar, position, style, default file manager icon, and lot more. I'm going to show you here in the Linux. See, suppose you are going to change the background, you can change the background. So here are different backgrounds are there, you can change it according to you, and click on select that background, it will get changed. So this is background change. You can change this taskbar, that is called the dock. You have to go to the setting over here and you can change. So you can click on the setting, then go to the dock. You can increase the size of this. Look here, is increasing or decreasing. And then this dock is to the left side, you can take to the right also. So you can change it to the right side. Suppose you want bottom, you can take it bottom. So now it came bottom here, like a Windows operating system. So here your start button is there, and this start button also you can change to the right left hand side also, and this all icon will go like a Windows. Look here, Windows start button is here and all the icons are here like this. So you can make changes. Okay, again you want to the right side, you can take it right side or the left side. Menus also you can change. Okay, so this whatever changes you want to make, you can make by using the setting in Linux operating system. So it is totally customizable. Okay, and the fifth one, excellent support. And these are thousands of forum and millions of people ready to help open source software user, and each distribution has its own community of user and they help each others. And many software company and developer of free software also offer solution to the problem through community platforms and also through professional channels. Now in this Linux operating systems, most of the people are working over here. That's why every 6 months the Linux new versions comes. Now previously if you see 17.4 was there, then 18.4 version came, then 19.4 came. You are learning 18.4 and 19.4, but now in the market there is 20.4. Last time when I was installing Ubuntu operating system, that time I showed you how to download the ISO file and latest version, long time support, LTS, long time support version, how to download and install Ubuntu operating system. So this is a long time support operating system Linux, and free of cost is given. That's why it is clearly means free means free of charge, but also means a freedom. Anyone can make changes in this operating system, and how you want, that way you can make changes. So you also can make changes, and you can make like a Windows operating system. No one can make out you are using Linux or Windows. So that's the main use of these operating systems, because open source and millions of people are using for the desktop and server. Mostly the server runs on Linux, and the Android operating system in your smartphone also runs on the Linux only. So this is called open source. So that's the benefits of the Linux operating system. That's why we have to learn Linux instead of using the closed source software Windows, because Windows we have to purchase it, we have to spend money over there, we have to take the license copy. If you're not taking the license copy of Windows, that operating system will get corrupt within 1 or 2 months. Then we have to format the computer, and again we are installing the same pirated one, and again after within 2 months again it corrupts, and we are again formatting. This way we are spoiling the hard disk, and one day the hard disk will go. So instead of using the closed source software, we can go for this open source software, and open source softwares are support long term support. It will work 3 year 4 year without harming your operating systems. Okay, so that is the main use of the Linux operating system. I hope you understood all these command. Once again we revise all these commands what we have learned. The first command we have learned, that is ls command, second pwd command, then who am I, ls cpu, touch, cd, nano, cat, clear command, and echo commands. So these commands are used to get the information from the Linux operating system. First is ls command, it display the list of directory. Pwd command will display the current path. Who am I command will display the current user on terminal. ls cpu command will display the information about the cpu on the terminal. Touch command is used to create a new file. cd command is used to change the directory, means root directory you can change with another directory. Nano command is used to create a new file by using the nano text editor, and the cat command is used to print the content from the file on the screen. And finally clear command is used to clear the content on the terminal. Thank you.